The Hassan Assassin.
Hey.
Dose of THA. I got it right. Bro, so first of all, like, break down, what is a Hassan Assassin?
Man, I mean, outside that just being me and just being on point, like my mom, she went through a Muslim stage when she had me. So that's where Hassan came from. And then, Hassan, the Muslim wise, that's another term and a way of strength. So, that's kind of how it all came together.
Okay. And then
almost sound like the strong assassin.
Okay. The strong assassin. Hey, what's up, Quan? Bonjour, famille. Bump Jonas, and I'm here with...
DoseofTHA816, the Hassan Assassin.
There it is, y'all. We're about to have a sit-down at Syke. Let's get started. So, first of all, this is a super easy one. I probably asked you this before, but I got to ask again. Who is DoseofTHA816, the Hassan Assassin? What do you do, and why?
I do music, I also act, content create, and what I like to do, what I do as a person, like when it comes to that dose, you know what I'm saying? If that's a dose of my music, a dose of me, a dose of my product,
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And what I'm hoping for is, y'all get drugged up on me, you know what I'm saying? Can't get enough of me.
There it is. Can't get enough of them.
You know what I'm saying?
I love that. Get drugged up on me. I like that. So why? Now, you mentioned you act and you do a bunch of different things, but in this scenario, why rap as opposed to other forms of music or other forms of art and creativity?
Just being born and raised around it.
Okay.
Like, I also was born around, like, listening to a lot of R&B, a little bit of gospel here and there and stuff like that, and then a lot of old school music, but yeah, rap was just always there.
You almost didn't have a choice because you was born right into it, huh?
It was just like, it was all around me, so.
Well, okay, so what was the not necessarily the first rap song, but maybe it was, but the first song that was like, oh, I got to do that. I want to do that. Like, when did you decide that was going to be your path?
I couldn't think of it really off the top of the head, but I just always liked watching music videos.
Okay.
And seeing how cool it was and stuff like that, like from LL Cool J to like Missy Elliott, like Busta Rhymes, and like watching their music videos, Will Smith, and I just always liked watching videos like that. I was like, yeah, that'd be cool to be rapping and stuff like that, and a lot of my friends was doing it too, so I just started kind of getting into it.
Just
like
went
that.
from there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't start taking it serious until like got a little bit older and stuff. And
so, okay, what was the trigger to start you taking it serious?
Stuff started costing money. And like people think of it as like, oh man, I got paid to do this and I got paid to do that. I mean, you gotta invest in yourself, you know what I'm saying, to make something out of yourself.
Come the fuck on, I love that.
Like when I think about like music, I always think of it like the rap game too and stuff like that. And I think of it like an athlete. An athlete has to stay in shape and stay on point and make sure he communicates with his people, whether it's his players, team players, coaches, whatever you want to, that's helping you get to where you need to get to.
Right,
so,
your team.
Yeah, your team. So
see,
that's like how I always looked at it,
Okay, I like that. You would think this man has media training. The way he putting these answers together. All right, so what part of KC are you from? And like, the best way I can put it is, can you explain to me when people say KC politics, what the fuck does that mean?
KC politics?
Yeah.
But
first of all, what part of KC are you from? Are you from KC?
Oh yeah, I'm from Kansas City. I'm from the 20s.
Oh, see, that's why I knew that.
Best rapper in the 20s.
Look, ooh. You mentioned, okay.
Everybody always talk about they from the 30s, 40s, 50s. You don't hear nobody.
You really
from the
don't.
20s.
You really don't.
Best rapper from the 20s.
Look how he did that, y'all. I love that. But okay, what is it? What does that mean when people say, "Oh, well, just the KC politics, man"? Like, what does that mean to you?
I think it just differs when it comes to like me, like things I always felt was like an obstacle and stuff. That's kind of what I consider my politics and stuff.
Okay.
Or maybe someone would consider it like a gateway. Like this is the gateway to where I need to get access to. And
Okay.
it might be a challenge, but that's why I call it an obstacle. It's just like, if you can't get past that obstacle. You just got to find another route
Right.
sometimes.
Or maybe the game ain't for you. Like trying to find a different.
Find a different route.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. Okay.
But politics wise, like I noticed, like since I got to the semifinals, you know, like a lot of my peers and stuff like that, a lot of people kept on asking, like, how'd you do it? How'd you do this and how'd you do that and everything like that? And I'll give everybody the exact the answer.
Right.
But to me, overall, like how I really feel like I got to the semifinals is because the people chose me, just like the people chose you. You know what I'm saying? Chose this podcast is one of the best right now.
You see what I'm saying? Shit, we've been working on it, man. We sat here and grinded, and we looked up, and boom, there it was. Same for you, man. Actually, you know, I've been doing it earlier and earlier. I usually kind of wait later in the interviews, but I always want to stop and give people their flowers. I think it's important that they give them, I think it's important that you get your flowers as early as possible. And one thing I like really, really appreciate about you is your authenticity, man. You just are who the fuck you are. And there's no change about it. And I think that's what people like about you. Your music is infectious in the sense that like it's upbeat. And I mean, fuck, it just feels good, it sounds good, and it works. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, you know, you just you have a good fucking energy, but you're also very direct and like, hey man, this is business. Here's the intent. I have this thing that I want to accomplish. So it comes through, and it comes through in a very business-like sense of like, nah, I want this guy to win. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you just can't help but like, nah, this guy needs to win. I fuck with his energy, man. You know what I mean? And so kudos to you for what you do and how you do it, man. I do want to ask you, how? So when I first found you, it was through music, but it was also right around the same time that I had found the Neanderthal podcast.
Yeah.
And so my question, yeah. Shout out to Ryan and the Neanderthal podcast. But how did you transition from like video, like I don't know, podcast production to music or vice versa? Like how did that happen?
It was like really music to podcasting.
Okay.
Cause something about me, man. Like I always watch what my peers be doing. You know, see what they be on and stuff like that. So I know what's like that platform that I might want to check out and stuff like that. Like dang, everybody else is going here, I might as well go on here too. And
Right.
not to try to be on some follower shit or nothing like that, but it's like, hey, you want to go where the spots is hot.
Right. No, you got to pay attention.
That's how you get recognized.
Right.
You know.
Okay.
So
dropping some game for y'all. Shit. You know what I'm saying?
So it's like how I got on the Neanderthal podcast. I saw a couple of my peers on there, and I reached out to him, and that's kind of how it really came together. And we was just gelling kind of right then and there after that interview.
Okay.
And I just remember maybe it was a couple weeks or a couple months later, his camera guy, he wanted to go with a different camera guy and asked if I was interested.
Oh wow.
And literally the rest was history.
So did you have camera experience before that?
Nah.
I love it, man. He pulled that one off. Yeah,
not even a little bit. Like everything was Apple, and I'm an Android user. So.
Oh shit! So you were trial by fire. You figured it out on the go. I like that, man. And
that a good trainer too.
That's something else, though. Okay, who was your trainer?
Ryan.
You can't lose if the guy that this is how I want it done. Do it this way.
Like I know how to use it, but I'm interested.
So let's figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay. But there's something else I wanna quickly jump back to in terms of flowers for you is that your hustle and your grit, or just your energy and your like. The confidence you have comes from your ability to push yourself and keep putting yourself in any situation that you need to be. And you're quick to be like, fuck it, I gotta be here, let me make this happen. And then being in that situation, I feel feeds into this sort of self-confidence of like, man, I went through that, I can do this. And then, this next thing, I can do that. So on the outside, it just looks like this is easy for you. I'm sure it's not, but it looks like it's easy and it's infectious. So again, kudos to you. I just had to come back to that real quick.
Appreciate that.
I want to ask, when it comes to shows, like you've done kind of a well round of shows from doing tours or headlining your own shows, putting your own shows together, open mics, You've been at the Mecca a couple times, man. Shout out to you for that.
Man,
Last Friday of every month, tap the fuck in.
yes,
But
sir.
talk to me a little bit about the KC music scene when it comes to performances. What's some of the good and the bad, some of the pitfalls, some of the advantages?
Before I got some really good advice on it recently. Before then, it was just like you just gotta go in there with your music and see what's up for real, for real. You just gotta go in there and do your thing. Sometimes, like I ain't gonna lie, like when I was touring with Beat the Competition,
Okay.
like I remember the first time I finally won one,
Okay.
and it was in Milwaukee,
Ooh.
and I did 2 songs out there and killed it.
Okay.
It was almost like damn near unanimous.
You knew, right? You knew. So
No, I didn't know I was gonna win. Honestly, like if you go back on my page and stuff like that, when CTB Bino, when he announced my name, I was just like, "Oh shit, nigga won!" And
Let's
like,
go.
didn't even know for real. I didn't think that was gonna happen, but I had a show the next day back in the city, and I remember I performed the same songs I did out there that wowed the crowd out. I did that here, and it was just like,
all right, cool.
all right, cool.
That's crazy.
So it's just like it just differs, man. It just
Okay.
depends on where you go sometimes. Sometimes this song ain't the type that you want to play here. But one thing I did learn going out throughout, like, you know, just experiencing all this stuff, and I think the best way of really getting people's attention, whether it's a song that's gonna be for that crowd or not, always have a show track.
Ooh.
Because people don't come up there to see you perform and when they hear the song, they want to hear you.
Not the backing vocals.
No, they just want to hear, like, you know, have your hook in there, have
Right.
your ad libs, your ins and outs, and then your voice. That's all you need. Just
But
as in, like, they need to
they
hear
need to
your
hear
voice.
you.
Yeah.
Some more game, y'all. I'm just telling you.
And then one
easy
thing I
shit,
really
too.
learned, like going to a lot of Street Kings events,
Okay.
honestly, like going to those music sessions and stuff like that. One thing a lot of my peoples that I ask for advice for and stuff like that that's been in the game longer than me, I always just ask them, when I ask them, like, what kind of song should I do here or what kind of song I do there, since they air already and stuff like that, they were just like, bro, read the room. Like, I remember I was about to play some pop shit up in there because that's kind of what I've been on this type of vibe and stuff.
Right.
But he was just like, bro, read the room. We need some trap shit. We
Yeah.
need some of that club shit you be doing.
Yeah.
Save that pop shit for another night.
Not tonight. Not tonight.
Not tonight.
Nah, that's real though,
and
right?
It rocked the crowd.
See?
It definitely rocked it. Just going with Zoom and Mama, I'm Sorry. Like, you know, go with a club song, then go with some serious shit.
Let me
Some
find
real
out.
shit.
Let me find
I was
out.
thinking about doing that one.
I feel like that one is that for
That's
me.
like the go-to. That's my go-to. You know
I think that one hits in any crowd. Like, there's not a moment where a crowd's not gonna be like, "Let me find out." You know what I mean? Plus, you have a good track record with the chants, man. Like, you get motherfuckers amped up when it comes to your chants. They just be like, "Hey, fuck yeah!" Now, this is something I may have asked you before because this is actually like my second time interviewing
Nah,
you.
you good. You good.
First time sitting
My first
down
time
now.
on here.
You know what I'm
So,
saying?
you know,
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Welcome to Syke, motherfuckers. First song ever recorded. Do you remember it?
Yeah.
Is it still available?
Yeah, yeah. it
What?
is. Yeah, it's because I ended up re-recording it a while years later. So it sounds like when I first started rapping and stuff like that. Eventually, when I came out with a mixtape, I went to another studio and actually got everything more done and stuff like that. So yeah, I want to say.
So we got the better version. We got the
Yeah.
updated version.
Well, actually, now I think about that was when I first actually like I chat GPT myself, and it actually said I've been in the rap scene musically since 2016.
Wow.
And I was thinking to myself, yeah, that's just around about that time.
Okay.
Because I was in my late 20s. But I didn't start really putting songs on wax until I started going to Studio B, though. But before Studio B and before Big Hugh, it was actually my people's Jungle Block.
Damn.
My boy DA, who's my engineer to this day and stuff like that, when we just recorded at his auntie's crib. You feel me?
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're pretty loyal. So finding engineers like finding
shit.
a barber.
Hold on a second. I'm old as fuck. You know what? Even around that time too, my boy Robbie McAllister, we used to do a lot of songs together too, and we always used to have a scene out there in Lawson, Missouri.
What?
We used to have this song, man. We used to be out there like, fuck that trick, bitch.
What?
We used to do all kinds of wild songs like that.
So you really been out here, bro.
Yeah.
You been off the porch,
Damn,
man.
you got me thinking like way back, like
Way
around me,
back.
like damn, like if I didn't shave my head, man, you see the gray.
Hey, look, we got some here too,
Hey,
man.
it's cool to
You know
have
what
salt
I'm
and
saying?
pepper right
You know what I'm
here.
saying?
You know
Wisdom.
what I'm saying?
Wisdom.
Lots of it.
Hey, so, what's the longest it's ever taken you to like write a song? Not necessarily like, like, oh, I'm gonna go in there and knock this song out in a session type of thing, but a song that you were working on and maybe you couldn't get the words right or the hook right. What's the longest it's ever taken you to put a song together?
Maybe a month or two.
Okay.
Like it's like I lose interest into it,
Ooh.
and then I'll come back to it when all of a sudden it's like, oh, I got some shit to it now.
Yeah.
I might write 2-3 other songs since then. It's just like I'm really feeling myself now, and it's just like, damn, I ain't finished this yet. Hold up.
I don't know. I got
You know
this.
what I'm saying? Like, I got this.
He said, "Hold up, wait, I didn't fit. I like that.
I didn't know I
that.
left that one hanging. Like I didn't mean to leave you hanging like that. Well, no, we gotta get you out there. Not saying that I left it hanging, but it's just like I said, I didn't have anything to it at the time.
Yeah.
Zoom was a prime example, honestly.
Okay, I was gonna ask you about
Shout out to my boy Brando, shits and scales on the track on that one.
Zoom. Zoom is a fun one.
Yeah.
But a lot of your joints are fun in their own. Like, ultimately, they all have a sense of positivity that comes out in your music. But I wanted to ask, your debut project, how did that go? Like, what was the process of putting it out, and how did you feel after it was released?
I don't know, cause as in like I'm trying to think like debut as in it was streaming places.
Mm-hmm. Like
or-
you put it to the public, like you said, it wasn't something that was a mixtape that you put on SoundCloud or you could post it privately. I'm saying something that was
out there.
like on a streaming service like a
Yeah.
Spotify or Apple Music.
I want to say that was shit, I gotta get that EP too.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
I gotta
think it
get
was
that.
one. That was I think it was that one. Yeah, and I had a whole bunch of cool joints on there. I did a couple of videos off of there. Keep It Playa, You Don't Know Me. I shot that when I was on tour with Beat the Competition actually.
No shit.
Yeah, I remember they were like, "Hey, you can't film in this hotel and all that stuff." We were like, "Okay." And as soon as they walked out, man, fuck that.
Film. Click that button.
We went right out there. They had that flame stuff and everything. I'm like, man, we about to do it in this hallway real quick. About to shoot in this hotel room. I was like, man, just don't record none of don't film none of the logos.
Get out. Yeah,
you don't
see?
even know where we at in St. Louis. You feel me?
Look at you.
Dude, that's how people get caught slipping.
By catching up the little logos and landmarks and shit.
You see a lot of artists out here, they get murked, they get robbed. Stuff like that happens all the time.
On some dumb shit.
Man, not even dumb shit to me, because it's just like sometimes you just don't really think about it because you're just caught in the moment. And It's like that's how you get caught slipping.
Damn.
Like when you think about I didn't even notice it until I was watching Flat TV, but when they were talking about Sauce Walker, you know how
he just got
his boy got shot. Some piece of him, and he got shot in the leg and stuff like that. But they were posting on social media, but you could barely see that emblem. But when you actually go inside of it, you can see what hotel it was, and that's the only hotel in that city that they were in at that night.
See, so it was real easy to figure. That's crazy.
Shoot, what's the other dude's name? I can't. Smoke Perp, you know what I'm saying? Or no, Pop Smoke.
Pop Smoke, yeah.
Sorry.
No, Smoke Perp's a different guy. He ain't gone.
No,
he ain't gone. Some of us would say, never mind.
RIP to Pop Smoke, but I remember hearing about him and stuff like that because he was taking pictures, posting on social media, and you can see on his luggage where I think the place he was for the Airbnb or whatever.
Right.
That's how he got caught up.
See, that stunting life, it don't work out, y'all.
Yeah, so like me, I just make sure we wasn't around the logos or nothing like that. Shoot real quick. And we ain't gonna be there all day and all night. You know what I'm
just
saying?
gonna get you a couple minutes worth.
There, we do our show, help communities, and then we dip. That's all we was about.
Now so Beat the Competition is no more, or
it's still going on.
Okay,
it's not about music anymore. It's more about philanthropy. Charity events. Like actually, shout out to Perfect because they got a deal going on with the AEW right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's one of the unions, right?
It's wrestling.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go. That's a good look. Shit.
Yeah, definitely. And then I just seen T-Rail on there. He interviewed him for a quick second just to do some promo and stuff. You see, he got maced at that one club recently.
Yeah, what was that about?
I don't know. I just saw the screen. I was just like, damn.
Hey, somebody finna get paid.
Like,
somebody finna get paid.
Probably not, man.
You don't
That's
think
security
so?
being security.
T-Rail don't do no shit to like. Well, you never know.
You don't gotta do shit for security. They just do bullshit like that sometimes.
Because that's just
if
what
they
it
feel
be.
like it's a threat, and if they telling you to get up out the spot, I'm not saying.
You don't know what happened, but
it's
yeah.
just like when I seen like they just showed the clip of him just spraying, and I'm just like, damn, he's just trying to walk out. I feel like security was in the wrong because I'm like, if you see someone literally walking out,
let them go.
Just let them go. And plus, when you spraying someone like that, all you need is a squirt. That's it.
They hold motherfuckers,
man,
bro. Like
the ball was in his eyes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm surprised he didn't run into some.
They cleared the room with that motherfucker.
Yeah,
man.
That shit was crazy. Ain't no telling who all got maced like that. But I've been in spots like that when people get maced like that. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, I had to be the getaway driver and shit. They were tripping.
You be on some wild shit, man.
Man, that was just being young and wrong place at the wrong time, basically.
I thought the dose would be in the cuts. He out here in the mix, man. The porch. Off the porch.
Yeah, but you just can't be caught slipping when wherever you're filming at and stuff. And it's also good to ask people permission. If you know it's somebody's certain property, just ask them real quick, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, what you feel? Like, we good?
If it's a bar and stuff like that, go in there and spend some money before you ask about filming anything. Look like a regular in there before you start asking them random questions. That's like someone walking up to you, hey, man, can I get your credit card number?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
where do you live at?
Here's $1.
Can I check your pockets?
Here's a couple dollars, though.
You know what I'm saying?
So how do let me ask you, how do folks get the liquor store videos, so the convenience store videos? Like, do you just walk in and be like, hey, bro, you mind if I shoot here?
That's what I assume, honestly. I haven't shot a liquor store video yet.
Okay.
That is in my to-do list for a visual, though.
Yeah, man. Come on, man. That's on everybody's bucket/bingo list, man. Liquor store
I got that
video.
on my to-do list.
Come on, bro.
I haven't found the right one yet.
And we need you to do a video on top of the rooftop, like the one of them original like trap style videos and shit with the motherfuckers.
Yeah,
you know.
We gotta put that. That's in my to-do list.
I
might need your help on the rooftop.
I got you, man.
I
found you a rooftop, man. Come on, y'all help me out.
I think the closest I found was when we was in the garage. And that's where we were shooting that 1 a.m. in Denver video. But we just shot clips of it, just promoting the song.
Right, just like snippets and shit.
Like that. And I think that's the closest I've been rooftop-wise.
Now, you've done a lot of work, from acting to shooting videos for your work, the projects that you put out, promos for them. And then on top of that, you also have a publishing company.
Yeah.
Is it Underground Royalty Publishing?
Yes, sir.
So, I guess the short version of the question is, how does publishing work? The long end of it is, how did you end up with a publishing company? And is that something that you use for yourself or for others? Do others have access to your publishing capabilities?
Well, not everybody has access to it, but I mainly got publishing at first because I was just like, man, just the money that kept on coming out every time you dropped a song and stuff like that. And then it was just like, okay. And then they always offered for a while, for the longest, with my distributor. They were like, hey, did you want to get some publishing? And it's just like, I didn't know what it was. So I just looked it up and looked up some influencers, what's the benefits of publishing. And once they said you get more money, I was like, okay. And then you just pay this little fee, spend money to make money.
Right.
And that's what I've been doing. Get a publishing check every time from my PRO, which is BMI.
What?
And, get a publishing check every here and there from my distributor. So
you getting paid?
I get a little something, what I'm saying? A little something.
Look, you're drinking a good water now. You know what I'm saying? So,
you know what I'm saying? Kirkland.
Shout out to that sponsor. The other side of that, I want to ask, because you have that understanding, should artists sign a record deal?
It depends on what they want and what kind of deal you get, because record labels don't just sign you because you're talented anymore. Record labels sign you because they know you bringing money in, and they know they can come in and be like, well, we can enhance that because we're a record label.
Right.
So
right.
they make money, you make money, and it just goes on how you do it. Because some people call it a 360 deal and stuff like that, and I don't know. Like it's to me, I just feel like I have a little bit more leeway where it's like you just want to negotiate things, and a lot of people don't negotiate. They just be like, oh, I read this, I can read all this, and it looks good to me.
I know these words.
Yeah, I know these words. They don't think to themselves, well, let me go to a lawyer, and don't just go to a lawyer, go to an entertainment lawyer, Or it's like, I need someone to look over this, because there have been times I almost got signed by janky management and janky peoples like that, you know what I'm saying? But I had good people around me.
Speaking of management or janky management, as an artist, when do you think you need a manager? When do you think an artist needs a manager?
When an artist knows this manager, you can trust a manager.
Okay.
Because to me, like, I don't deal with at first. I didn't really deal real well with people that got managers and stuff like that, because they'll be like, "Oh, talk to my manager." It's like, the fuck, like, nigga, I'm right here standing right next to you, talking to you right now. Like, why I gotta talk to a nigga that's not here?
Right.
You feel me? Like,
why are we doing this?
Hold your hand when you walk across the fucking street. Like, that's how I used to feel at first. You know what I'm saying? But I get what management is more now. Like, a manager to me is someone that's supposed to help, like, manage your opportunities that you already currently have, and also bring opportunities that you may not have or may not, you might not have seen.
May not have been aware of.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what a manager is to me, but I still don't like when someone say, "I'll talk to my manager."
Because it's just like, bro, we right here.
He's like, we right here, bro.
Come on now.
Either you want to do the track or you're not.
But when do you think an artist needs to get a manager? Like, when is it time for them to look into getting one?
When honestly, that's kind of where the manager steps in, where it's just like, I see the potential. I see I can help him get here. I can help him get there. I can help get money, because a manager goes with an artist because they know they can make money.
Right.
And some people, like, the best managers to me are the ones where you already know them. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, hey, I want you to be my manager because you can get me in here, or you can get me in here, and stuff like that.
Right. You already know what they're capable of, so you cultivated that relationship.
Yeah.
Okay. So when I last interviewed you, this was probably about 2-3 years ago.
Yeah,
about 2 years ago.
I think it was like IG Live.
It was an IG Live, yeah. Conversations from the Cardiac. Make sure y'all tap in. You had mentioned that you were thinking about retiring of sorts, or like, maybe done with, that might have been your last project at the time.
Yeah.
But since then, in reality, you never stopped. You thought about it, you mentioned it.
It didn't look like it stopped.
You know what I mean? Like, it didn't look like you stopped. So I guess my question is, what happened? Why were you looking at retiring in the first place? And what kept you going?
Honestly, I just wasn't there. I just didn't feel like I was getting, I don't know, the love for real like that. I said, like, I don't think people see me like that. And my last album, which a lot of people really like, was Not Enough Eyes on Me. I called it that for a reason. You know?
Right, that's right.
I just always thought I eventually could make music off of a living off of it, but it's easier said than done. And I just felt like I wasn't really getting the love and support from all around.
Okay.
And then, you start getting personal shit going on and stuff like that.
You're like, all right, well, why the fuck am I doing this? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, I can't do this because I got to take care of that now. Like, I want to do this, but I got to take care of this. You know what I'm saying? I got to go do this. I got to be responsible.
But you never stopped, though. So...
In my mind, it felt like I stopped, though.
Really? Okay.
Like, I think I only dropped 2 singles last year.
Yeah, but I mean...
A music video, which was turned up. I ain't gonna lie, Don't Be Lying was like one of my favorite music videos.
Man, your output...
Nico Biz on that one.
Your output... Hey, Nico Biz, man. He's a friend of the show, man. Actually, he's family of the show.
He brought the party. Okay?
You know what I'm saying? He does his thing.
The party.
But, I guess what brought you back? Yeah. And here's the thing, though. Actually, I want to say this, though. Whatever you didn't do last year was more than what most artists do in the year anyway. So you outpaced most artists anyway. So, but why did you decide, like all right, I'm gonna put more effort into it. I'm gonna come back to it in forefront. Like, did the personal shit get handled, or did you just say, fuck it, man, I'm here. I'm gonna keep going?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
Like honestly, it was like around August when I opened up for Big V from Nappy Roots and stuff.
Oh wow, yeah.
And yeah, that was a cool show and everything. Shout out to my homegirl Crystal on that one. You know, our unity. You know what I'm saying? I remember doing that interview and I was telling them about at that time. I was like, I got this shit going on. I got that shit going on and stuff like that. And it's like after I watched the interview and all that stuff, it's like I feel like I could do a little bit better with this.
Yeah.
You know, just pick up more on my side hustles and
Keep
stuff
pushing,
like that.
yeah.
Because to me, I felt like it was more just a money thing for me. Like every time I wanted to do something, something always came up, and it ain't bullshit. It's just life shit.
Right. Like you were saying the other day, am I injured or am I hurt? You know what I mean? I like that.
When you go through a lot of stuff and everything like that, like you know you gotta do this stuff anyway. So you gotta ask yourself, are you injured or are you hurt? Because if you're hurt, yeah, your feelings is hurt, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But fuck it, you just gotta keep it moving.
You can still get up.
You can still get up and still do what you gotta do.
Make that play.
Exactly.
I love that.
That just goes the same for just anybody that's working.
Just in life, like no, that's something that that's why it resonated with me because it's not just music related. That's just life, man. Like, all right, am I injured or am I hurt? Can I get up? Do I need help? Like, you know what I mean?
Like today, for example, shit, I'm just gonna be late, but I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna get the job done.
You see what I'm saying? Was he injured or was he hurt? Either he was late, but he was here, right? All right, let's get it. And as you could tell, shit, it's a good interview. This motherfucker's enjoying. I'm enjoying myself.
Man,
are you?
I hope so. You know what I'm saying? But what really had me wanting to make that one last drive after watching that and looking back and stuff like that, I was just like, man, I didn't see myself really rapping in my 40s, and I'm 39.
Damn.
Yeah.
You don't look, bro. You carry it well.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, okay, what's wrong with rapping in 40s?
I mean, rapping in your 40s ain't bad when you already made something of it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
When you think of the best rappers that's out here, whether it's a Jay-Z or a 2 Chainz, I'm just thinking of people that's in their 40s, for example, 40 plus and stuff.
Right.
They all did their thing. They all had their hate. They all hit their lick in their early 30s. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, what like 2 Chainz came out when he was like 30. Well, I mean, he was out well before, but
yeah, but he didn't take it serious until he was like more in his 30s.
Yeah,
and stuff like that when he signed to Luda and everything.
Right, exactly, right.
So it's like people like that, and that's why I was saying to myself that I just didn't feel like I was there where I wanted to be at. So that's why I was like, I'm gonna make it one more good run. I'm just make sure I step up my hustles and stuff like that.
Right.
Go to these events that I'm not really comfortable at because I like to go where I'm welcome.
Right.
The Mecca, I'm always welcome there. Anytime it's events from people associated with people I've toured with or whatever, I'm always welcome. Sometimes when I'm in the city, though, it's just like it's another nigga that's rapping just like everybody.
I mean, yeah, I'm saying that city energy is different, man.
Yeah, man.
City be like, yeah, who the fuck is you?
But when you get that love, though, when you finally get that acknowledgement,
it hits, huh?
I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of what we keep on going together. So one of the things I kind of like and stuff.
See, like, wait, I might need to stay. Okay.
And it kind of helps, you know what I'm saying? Like, just being able to work with some of your peers and stuff like that. That's also well already known. And to me, it's like being just a finalist, like,
man, that's major, man. Congratulations, by the way. I don't know. Yeah, man, I don't know if I meant to say that to you earlier, but I want to ask, though, when it comes to your peers and just other artists in general, like, you have a lot of features. You've worked with a lot of artists. So what's your process when it comes to, like, collaborations? Like on this project, you know what I mean? You got, Brandocious, Sicario, I think I was going to say. Scario Andretti. Yeah. Scario Andretti. Let me make sure I say that shit right. But, like, there's not a lot of features, but there's some key features. And then you mentioned Nico Biz from a previous project. Actually, there's another one on here. Body and
Body the Artist. That's my next single. Yeah.
How do you go about selecting or collaborating when it comes to other artists?
It just depends. Like, I'm a fan of the people I be usually asking for features and stuff like that. Because I used to try to reach out for people that's just hot and everything like that. That never goes well because, like I said, you just go to someone basically like, hey, can I get your credit card?
Yeah.
Hey, can I get the security number? Hey, can I get this from you? And it's just like, hold on a second, nigga, what have you done for me?
Who the fuck is you?
You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just go up to people and just like, I would literally go to like, hey, man, I like your music. How much you charge for a verse? I'm trying to get you on the song. $1,200. All right, it was nice talking to you.
Right. I got to hear. Yeah, that's a wrap. It's,
you know what I'm saying?
See,
compared to when you actually get to know somebody and you actually build a cool rapport with them, and then you ask, hey, I was thinking about seeing if you want to get on this song with me.
Right.
That's cool. I usually charge this. Throw me this.
And at that point, the song feels better anyway. Instead of, this is a song I did. It's a $1,200 verse, but I don't know this motherfucker.
And you don't even repost it, say anything about it.
Don't give a damn. Don't give a damn.
That's kind of where that part I'm with features too. Like I love giving features for people, but some people I just been like, I'm good.
Because it's not in the long run, it's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
Yeah, like it's in some cases, and they're gonna do their best to stand out, to be like, oh, this is my verse or whatever. If they do that, if they deliver a good verse, but on the other end, they're probably not gonna promote it, or they're not gonna give a damn. And if it's a label-related type of situation, it's not even gonna get it out unless you put a whole bunch more extra money into it.
You gotta talk to the manager.
You know, y'all see what he did there, man. You see what he did there. All right, so this is the part where we do gotta pay a couple bills, y'all. Shout out to our sponsors. This is the sponsored question segment. First one comes from Thrax Pastry, our #1 and OG sponsor. Nothing for sale here, just a suggestion of where you can spend some time. I practically guarantee you'll enjoy the journey. Super easy one. What's your go-to comfort food?
Go-to comfort food?
Yeah, like you've had a long day at work or long-ass session. Barbecue. Yeah. Okay. Oh, all right. Let's really get in there a little bit. Your favorite barbecue spot?
Gates.
Gates beats everybody?
Yeah, everybody.
Damn, bro. You didn't even think about it. All right, there we go.
I like a couple of barbecue places, don't get me wrong, but
Gates.
It's always the go-to.
Always Gates, okay. So barbecue from Gates is your comfort food, if you had to do it. All right, we'll fuck with that. I like that. Now, this one actually comes from Bargain Hunter's Paradise. Every first Friday weekend at West Bottoms vendors, in the West Bottoms, there's a West Bottoms vendor market. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Make sure you tap in. Make sure you check in with them. Bargain Hunter's Paradise, also a smoke shop. The premise of this question is really, which one attracts you and how and what keeps you there? So you have the mall experience, retail shops, a bunch of people, smells, sights. But then you have a vendor market, bunch of local vendors. So similar to a retail shops, right? Bunch of them, 20 or 30 of them, all in the West Bottoms market, by the way. But anyway, you have all of this. You have sights and sounds and smells and people, right? So they're very similar. Which one are you gravitating to, and why? What keeps you there?
Probably local.
Really? Yeah. Okay. Why is that?
Just because you want to see the local people win and stuff like that. Because when they get big, your area gets bigger and stuff.
Oh shit. Okay.
Compared to when you get in someone that's already on, they're gonna try and tell you more what to do and stuff like that. Well, we like our stuff like this. We want to be on this floor, and we want this person right here. And it's just like a local person is just like you can talk to them a little bit more.
Yeah, you got a little more. Like just like before, you can develop that relationship.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's full of assholes, But if you don't speak that language, then you're gonna get ran over.
Yeah. Okay, I like that. I
don't want to puff my chest out every time. You know what I mean? I'm kind of laid back and stuff like that. So it's just like, if I got to be all like that and stuff like that just to get to the bag, it's not going to last that long.
It's not necessary.
I'm literally going to get that bag and be like, hey, we need a product. No.
Done. Done. Look, so you heard it, man. Bargain Hunter's Paradise, West Bottoms vendor market. Head down there every first Friday weekend. You don't got to puff out your chest, and they're going to treat you like you are somebody.
Now, that sounds like my type of spot.
You see, look at that. Come on, man. Come on. That was a motherfucking commercial. I love it. Now, this last one goes out to Sherry's Executive Lounge. Great place for you to dress up and slow down. My question with this one is, we all know that generally you're going to light up a cigar when you're celebrating something or just kind of having a moment to like recollect yourself, right? My question is, what are you drinking or what are you listening to when you light up a cigar?
If I was lighting up a cigar celebrating, I'd probably, if I could go get any drink I want right now.
Any drink.
It'd probably be the best old fashioned
Ooh.
in Kansas City from Westbound's Whiskey.
Okay.
And then if I was listening to some music outside of me, I'd probably listen to some Rick Ross, some Juicy J, Nav.
Okay.
There's a lot of good celebration music. That new Wiz Khalifa.
Oh, you out here on some feel good shit.
Yeah,
I love.
Because man, you smoking a cigar, you celebrating, you supposed to be feeling good. You're around good people too, or if you by yourself, either or. It's less like you just want to feel good.
When do you ever have a bad day?
Oh shit.
Or how do you handle it? Because you seem to have such upbeat, resilient energy.
Man, this past weekend definitely tested.
He said the last 48.
Yeah, and see, that was about like what, a little bit over 72 hours ago?
Yeah.
So yeah, that definitely tested my artistry, my patience, my pockets, definitely my IQ, my music IQ.
Right, like
that's good though.
Am I in the mix here?
Am I in the mix and stuff like that? Like, why is this person like really pressing me about shit? And it's like, oh, because I'm doing something.
Right.
Like, if ain't nobody pressing you or talking shit about you or hating on you, it's like you still got a lot of work to do, you know? I still ain't got enough people talking shit about me.
Go get you some haters.
People still on mute talking shit about me because it's like, oh, I definitely don't want to say nothing about him. Now people actually see him.
See,
people around me, oh, he cool.
Yeah,
I got fake with these niggas now and shit because I need to ride.
See, look. Hey man, shout out to the KCPC Awards, man.
Thank you.
You get on that list and things, people look at you different, man. They talk to you a little different, man. So
it's a little bit, but
you
in a good thing, in a good way.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean,
because I congratulated a lot of my peers that ended up making it to the semifinals and stuff like that. Cause gained a lot more new followers and my views monthly, by the way, Westbound's Whiskey, if y'all still looking for an ambassador, that went from my resume, what I said before, from that 6, it's actually over 9K a month now, just to add that update. But, that definitely gave me a lot of new views and a lot of new eyes looking and stuff like that. So I definitely want to continue to drop some more music, which I'm dropping something very soon. And then the album's going to drop in July. And
okay.
Yeah.
So, speaking of, that's something I wanted to ask you about. But before we get to that, what color is your aura on stage?
Oh, that's a good question. I never really thought of it like that.
You've done a lot of shows, too.
Man, let's see here. You know how it be on those weather channels? How it go from, like, red and yellow and green and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Like it's about to be some type of thunderstorm warning?
Yeah.
That's how I be feeling, but it's not like a thunderstorm warning. It's a good, like, that anxious, like I'm anxious sometimes go out there. Like when I was out in Topeka and stuff like that, like you go out there to perform. You don't go out there to listen to music.
Okay.
As in like people that come out there rap over their songs and stuff like that, they usually get judged. Like you lose points automatically.
They're like, because it's a live performance type of situation. Yeah. Okay.
So it's like when I first walked in there, when me and my boy walked in there at first, I seen them just going in on somebody. And I just remember I was just like, damn, these niggas is going in. Now I'm excited. Let me find out they ain't fucking with my shit.
Yeah, let me find out.
That's the song I performed to.
I fucking love it, man. I love it.
And I did my thing too. And then it's like, I didn't end up winning the whole thing, but they ended up doing like a second place type of thing though, because they really liked like 3 specific people up there and stuff like that.
See.
So we ended up just going ahead and I ended up doing another song.
Oh, shit.
Did my thing, did goody good. And it's moments like that where it's like you got to take the small victories to get the big victories. You know what I'm saying? Because even though I didn't win, I got like 3 offers to get booked afterwards. So
that's a bigger win. In the long run, that's a bigger win, right? You know what I mean? You can get the award or you can get more gigs. Which one do you want more? So, okay. I wanted to ask though, because so you have a project that's coming out now, or you have. What I want to ask about is Slicky C. Who the fuck is Slicky C?
Who the fuck is Slicky C? Man, the ladies love Slicky C.
What?
That's like my little alter person, as in like the music I make already, how it's all, good vibes, and, positive, and, I be spitting here and there, you know what I'm saying? This is more like, this project's more like a different sound, and it's, I want to cater more to ladies. I want to cater more to women on this project.
Now that's the one that's in the works, or is that what's coming up? Like,
That's what's coming up.
so okay, like
it's done.
the songs
It's
that
done.
the songs that I saw, Zoom. Let me find out.
Last project.
Okay, that's the last project that's out.
That was my last album. Yeah.
Okay, and so but you got something that's on the way. Ladies love Slicky C, man. I fuck with that. How soon can we get that, and what can we expect? I mean, is that's your R&B lover boy alter ego or what?
Yeah. My bad, bro.
No, you good.
You did say put it on. I meant to put it on Do Not Disturb.
Hey, everything gets fixed in edit. Don't worry.
Yeah, but
I guess when it comes to this project, right? Like the project that's currently out is a wide range, and you've actually always had a little bit of stuff for the ladies in the mix.
Yeah.
So when it comes to Slicky C, your let's say your R&B, your lover boy alter ego, like what can we expect different? Is it the beats? Is it the vocals? Like
I think more of the sound, and I feel like I'm not just catering more to women on this bug, but I'm also giving game to the fellas, you know.
Okay.
Like I feel like like Chanel Bag. I feel like that's a real like independent song for a woman. You know what I'm saying? Because the way the hook goes, I love the way she carries herself. Just like a Chanel bag. Works hard, plays harder. That's why we popping tags. I ain't got to always spend my money. She got her own money too. She want to take me out and do some stuff. You know what I'm saying? I love how she dressed from head to toe. Like I remember back in the day, you wasn't dressed like this, but you was still on point.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
see?
When you came up.
Okay.
Go get it just like me.
Boy, you out here, see that? The ladies gonna love that. Because that's some inspirational shit, too.
And then I got some freaky songs, too. Like He Pulled Up On Me, Nasty Time, Trickin' Charlie. Like, I got some pretty variety of songs on there. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Trickin' Charlie. Ladies, slow down. Slow down. All right, look. I do want to ask, this is what I call the elevator pitch. Now, you've got music out there. You've got this project. And then you've got Slicky C coming up, right?
Yeah.
What's the project that would be like the best introduction or summary of Dose of THA?
I feel like it'd be a mixture between some songs from Good Rhymes, Good Times. That was my first project I did under my publishing, which that was a deluxe version. And then it'd be a mixture between these three projects to get to know me pretty well. It'd be between Good Rhymes, Good Times, Not Enough Eyes on Me, and Jungle Royalty.
Jungle Royalty.
Yeah, that was my 4-track EP with my peoples, you know. Shout out, D.A., D-Will, King Wells. It was a collaborative project for my group and stuff like that. We used to go, we was a group called Jungle Block.
What? That's like hard.
That was our peoples.
From the 20s? No,
play. Living everywhere, you know what I'm saying?
All right, so now look, it's been a hell of a conversation. This is my closing question. I ask everybody this. I'll ask you again next time I get to interview you, man. And we got to have you come back sooner than later. It's been a little bit too long between sit downs. When it's all said and done, when the show is over, when the songs have been played, what is it you want the folks to walk away with as far as the Dose of THA experience?
Damn, that nigga cold.
Yeah, there it is. And that's it. That's it. The nigga cold.
That nigga cold.
that's all it is.
That nigga shit out.
Oh shit. Now
I didn't think that nigga was gonna come up there. Like I've heard reactions from some people. Like I remember, man, you know how bouncers are, man.
Mm-hmm.
Big motherfuckers.
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
That, you know, and me, I'm a nice guy. You know,
you chill, man.
I always come in there with a good vibe and stuff like that. Even when you come with a negative vibe, I just be like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
like, then it's like, okay, just go away.
Move on. Yeah.
Move on, shit. But I remember they was always like, he cool people and stuff. And I remember that show, I was just like, man, I'm about to just do I'm about to just perform some wild shit today.
Yeah.
And I'm just performing just like some hard shit. Like a whole bunch of hard shit with me and GC54. There's a whole bunch of just some hard shit. And I just remember they were just like, nigga, that's why they call you the son of Samson, nigga. scared of you.
Yeah, see? You woke them up. They wasn't ready for that
They
shit.
weren't ready for that. Because
See?
I came in there so cool. And it's like, I always be doing club joints, but not everybody heard my music. So it's just like, damn.
Hold on, let me get up here and just destroy these motherfuckers.
I knew what type of crowd I was around. So I
He
just
read
like
the
doing
room.
that shit. Yeah, I read the room.
So look, we know that you have projects out now. We know that Slicky C is on the way. Where can they find you? Where's most of your music at? And are you got any shows or performances coming up?
All my music's under DoseofTHA816. But if you go to any of my platforms, as in Instagram, Spotify, or not Spotify, but Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, then you can just type in DoseofTHA, DoseofTHA.
There it is.
816. You know what I'm saying? All my links to my music pages are right there because, the Assigned Assassin might be a little too long to type for people. So
Yeah. Plus
is
people
it
just
2 S's or 3 S's?
Yeah, I see.
Shit. I can't find them.
He's heard it so many times. He's got the voice down.
Can't even spell assassin right sometimes.
Yo, that's crazy. Anyway. Now look, y'all.
You're off by 1 S, but you good though. We still love you.
Count better, motherfucker.
But also I have my show coming up June 14th. I'll be at the Artismo in Topeka, Kansas. Hopefully I'll be having Bump Jonas hosting as well. We still in the talks for that, definitely. And we're also looking for artists to still open up, so we still got some slots available. So just go ahead and reach out to me or reach out to my boy that's also promoting the show, Kansas Mex, or even holla at Bump. You know what I'm saying?
Just get it cracking.
We all in this together, you know what I'm saying? We all in this together. So
that's
my next show coming up. Also, I have a show where I just locked in with DJ Street King and Mark's My Barber. So I'll be performing down at the Vine June 6th. That's Friday,
shit.
I believe.
It's coming up quick.
Yeah, it's coming up quick because I didn't get to perform at the festival because of the rain and everything.
So you making it up?
Yeah, something like that. You know.
Okay.
So it's all good, and I'll be performing down there. So it's like, hey, second time's a charm. Hopefully the weather don't kick my ass this time.
Hey, you gonna kill it anyway.
Oh,
you know what I mean? I love that.
Definitely.
That's something else though. I love how you stand up for yourself and push like, hey, I want to be here. I'm gonna be here. You're gonna hear me, man. So, hey, I can't hold us up any longer. I gotta get you out of here. I gotta get up out of here. It's been a hell of a conversation. None other than Bump Jonas here, and I just had a dope sit down at Syke with
DoseofTHA.
The Assigned Assassin. I had to do it, man. I had to get up.
Oh, can I say one more thing?
Please do.
Like a lot of artists that also reach out to me, congratulating me and stuff like that. I appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody that voted for me. Getting this far and everything like that. It really means a lot to me, which is what keeps me going now. When I thought I was about to I really put my all this past year and stuff like that, and for people to vote for me,
that made it worth it.
It felt even better when people told me, because I was in the middle of working my 2 gigs and they hit me up when I was having an off day, and they're like, "Bro, you got to the semi." So that really made my day, and campaigning was so fun, just talking and communicating with people. So I appreciate everybody. You can get there too. You just got to put in the footwork, man, and you got to really ask yourself, am I worth really doing what I'm trying to do? And I believe I am, just like you believe you are doing what you're doing. And that's why we're going to be seeing you at the award show. I'm going to be in there suited and booted in that motherfucker.
Hey, man, I'm trying to get mine together now, man.
Hey.
I'm trying to, man.
Man, them shoes I'm trying to get right now. Whew, I was like, y'all got a payment plan, or do I need to use one of these publishing checks?
Hey, hurry up from that PRO. Hurry up. Now, look, I got to get us up out of here. As I always say, love yourself like you try to love the world. Do something to earn your place in the world this week. And just be some dope motherfuckers. Y'all have a good one. Peace.
Yeah.